Hello. Good afternoon and welcome, wherever you are, and whoever's watching this. Before I start, I actually forgot to mention Robert Folk's cassette of a never-ending story 2, the next chapter. This is good, rousing orchestral stuff. For a sequel, I don't know what to talk about. Well, all the sequels are bad, let's be honest here. Robert Folk gets to be all large scale. Let's see. Performed by members of the Symphony Orchestra of the Bavarian Broadcasting Corporation, the Bavarian State Orchestra, and the Orchestra of the Bavarian State Opera, and the choir of the Bavarian State Opera. And out in Munich and in Berlin, they used the Gosses Rundfunkorchester Berlin. And it was also, I believe, they do use a choir version of the Never-Ending Story. And it's performed by Odyssey performs it. Oh yes, for George Mode came back. One for let's bring somebody back. But here's actually into work in Russia from originally, I remember. And here's brought on to tweak the music for international release. They came board and there's let's see. So you get a couple of songs here. And the one on side one, apart from a never-ending story. And let's try to see who performs it. I think it's, excuse me. Yeah. Oh, it's Joe Milner instead of Kajigu, instead of Limar this time around. So he is a series of the songs here on this Jarre sequel. Well, no comments at the music. So this is a WEA cassette. He didn't do this. This is the only sequel he did, as opposed to the Peace Cabby films, which Robert Folk did all of, amazingly. Anyway, I just put that card, I didn't mention it in one of the earlier videos. So, you can just pause it to you have to put it back and then get to regularly scheduled programming. Good afternoon, all. And we can now resume with the regularly scheduled programming. So here is music fit. So starting off, we got the UK TR cassette release of Aliens. I haven't seen Alien yet. I do apologize. And the UK cassette release of American Tail. I guess it's kind of an early cassette upgrade for me, because I bought the American Tail soundtrack on vinyl when I was living in Barbados. I remember actually releasing the secret weapon off the vinyl on my tapes. I don't have the vinyl now. I do with this and that Enshroud expanded release we did. And there's the cassette release from MCA for the sequel. It's a good moment, it's fun. I seriously get an expanded version if one comes out. I think I got the CD as well. Now this is on to his this is one of his keyboard scores, which are hugely popular among most people for some reason, I find. This isn't too bad. Class action. Yeah. There's a band cassette release. And here's the radio Versa band cassette release of Cocoon the Return. The very underwhelming sequel, which I actually saw on double bill with The Fly 2, of all things. Dear, that wasn't great, was it? But I did get the expanded release of Cocoon the Return. So here's the Milan cassette release of Clear Present Danger. Yeah. I got the expanded editions. We'll see. And one of the best films he scored, one of the best scores he did. It's epic. It was released on Virgin Movie Music. So thank you, La La Land, for expanding this with 2 CDs as well. Okay, and this is Once Upon a Forest, an environmentally friendly animated feature co-produced by HTV and Hanna-Barbera, and it was not good at all. Well, I didn't mind Fox Record music on the Fox Record soundtrack album. I mean, it's not exactly the greatest thing ever done. It's alright. And besides the big screen, like I said, the Pelican Brief on big screen. You see it, a good score for his John Grisham experience. Really usual good packaging for this and cassette. Pictures and yeah, I got the cassette. I got the CD, but not as well the Spanish CD release. Yeah. So that's actually. I think I wrote a review of the soundtrack for the Girls of Society magazine. Okay, this is another Virgin release of James Horner-Maurice for Red Heat. it's sort of they forget for 48 hours goes to Russia. Well, goes to Russia and then comes back to Chicago, is it? Or Detroit, I mean. Anyway, I got the CD version in Lucas Kindle's CD sale. Look at here, the original Hollywood Records cassette release. One of Horner's best ever. Although I didn't really I didn't watch the film much when I saw it the first time. Maybe I should get a good another go on like it. Yeah, one of the people I follow on Twitter, and he follows me, has this as his Twitter picture. So I might share this video on Twitter. Let's see. Okay, here's one that Sharon got me when she was in. This is when I was in Barbados. So Sharon brought me this. Very kind, thank you. Yeah, complete with Jonathan Masaris being on the cover. I think Columbia what uses like a label. So he is used a lot as one of the players on the major players on the score. So I can't understand why. Even if it has much in American packaging. But I did get the CD upgrade this. I'm still waiting a CD expansion. Expanded release. Because none of his greatest books. Star Trek 2 left can. The original cassette release on GMP Crescendo. I think this is the first Star Trek film I actually saw on the big screen. But unfortunately, it was raining at the drive-in at that night to see it, so I don't think it really had much of an effect on me. It's a pity. But yeah, but the series on the whole works well. So that's it for James Horner. I bought my mum the soundtrack for Titanic on cassette. I bought it on CD. So that's what's in here. So on to James Newton Howard with Five Corners. It's a very moody score. I got some on cassette because the CD is incredibly expensive. That's really moody, and there's the film is 1960s, but the score doesn't actually go 60s crazy, which is really good. It's very good. It's great music for Alive. This is their Hollywood Records cassette release. It's got a very well expansion when Charlotte did it. But I always thought the sound was too short. So thanks for that. Digstown, or Midnight Sting, that was released in the UK. This is the band original cassette release. So I enjoyed the music a lot and the film as well. Which is worth seeing despite the presence of James Woods. Okay, so there you go. I bought the CD as well. And this is one I picked up in Barbados when I was actually living there. But I still think it's because of the presence of CKG's name on the cover. I think it must have been really him. Because Emma Wild, lots of Emma Wild listeners in Barbados in the growing up demographic, unfortunately. But anyway, bought it for James and Howard Music, which is most of the album. And the film was really, it was dire, wasn't it? What's the find it? And it deserves to be a flop. It's another form I had to write in the running times. And a Vista. I'm produced by Sally Field, who's also in some movies of good scores. That was how she played Aunt May. Steve Magnolias? I'm getting mixed up. I don't know. Hang on. Oh, and Sybil, of course, on TV. Now, the original Electra cassette release of music from The Fugitive. Yeah, actually, and the featured player on the score, Wayne Shorter, he recently passed away while I'm recording this. Sorry. Yeah, it's got him. It's got James and Howard, his first Oscar. No. It's his first Oscar nomination. Sorry, that's coming up. But I made sure to get Red Island 2 CD edition. Lots of great tracks, lots of great keys here. It's a bit of a squeeze sound, man. Oh. Here. Grand Canyon is just a drama movie. It has really good moody score, James and Howard. This is the Milan cassette release. Plus a very emphatic music for when they go to the Grand Canyon and they come to the film. Anyway, La La Land expanded this, and they sort of didn't use the Warren Zevon song that's included on this. The films are alright, There's some of those dramatic movies with Steve Martin go. So he do a lot of this. Guilty by suspicion. It says in the Blacklisting report. It's very so moody, occasionally jazz school. Plus, it got songs from Louis Armstrong, Nat King Cole, Duke Ellington, Billie Holiday, and George Shearing. Yeah. And this being a very side band CD, there's not much in the way of actual packaging. Plus this is one of the few scores that Howard conducted himself. When the main titles are credited to him and Alan and Marilyn Bergman. So I guess the lyrics that weren't used, or there's a vocal version that's on another album. I don't remember hearing any. I don't know if there's any song in anything. That's been a long time since I've seen it. If I've seen it. Anyway, I did. Anyway, this is another good one. I think I got the CD about that as well. What's some CD upgrades here? It got this. This is another mini song album. There's a couple of score tracks. Trial and Error and Pennant Fever. Along with lots of songs. Is X, Love It, The Snakes, The Beat Farmers, Beckett, Lonesome Romeos, Randy Newman. So I guess it was on Curb. And so far, there's been no actual score album for my Major League. And I didn't come back for a sequel. Now this, A Man of the Moon, which is an early Receiver Spoon joint, has one of his nicest scores. It's very high worth getting on the prize. Yeah, it's another one I got the CD of. Oh, yes, it's pretty, huh? My Girl, which only has one track of map. Oh, here we go. Yeah, it's only this album only has his theme on it. Because it's based in the 1960s, you also get, let's being a standard soundtrack of film in the 1960s. There's a bunch of stuff that our mum would like The Temptations, Sign the Family Stone, The Fifth Dimension, Spiral Staircase, Manfred Mann, Todd Rundgren, The Lost Girls, Creedence Clearwater Revival, Harold Alderman and the Blue Notes, The Flamingos, and Chicago. He didn't come back for a sequel. So I don't know if it had a soundtrack. I have to check and see. I'm sure people who hated Macaulay Culkin back then are really happy with the film. This is epic soundtracks cassette of this. And another soundtrack for One Fine Day. He's only got a suite. He's got the suite from One Fine Day representing him. There's Natalie Merchant, the Ad-Libs, Kenny Loggins, the Shirelles, Sean Corvin, Tina Arena, Van Morrison, Kid Moore, Tony Bennett, Willie Fitzgerald, Harry Connick Jr., Kid Moore again, and the Chiffons. This romantic comedy. Some Columbia Records. It's probably the usual kind of light romantic all kind of favour. I did way too many of back then, in the 1980s, 1990s. Now this, The Prince of Tides, it got him his first Oscar nomination. Very cool. And there's also a really best thing coming back. Actually, I got when I was living in Barbados. I found it in one of the British record shops, which is why it's got the well, it's got the whole manufactured and licensed by Dynamic Sounds in Kingston, Jamaica. Alright, as you can see. And the packaging is basic, is pretty much the same as you get with a standard one. The soundtrack album is mostly his score. I wrote down the track title, track durations on this thing here. But I had to keep it loose because I couldn't have anything to stick it down. Because I couldn't cover it. Because there was not any blank space where I could paste the thing over. Now, it's actually a song from Bob Streisand on it, because if it wasn't in the movie, they just had to have an excuse. Apparently being the director and Star Wars and stuff. For all we know, which was actually a cover version of that song. Generally, it's produced with Johnny Mandel arranging and conducting the orchestra. I really could have done about it. The score is very effective on the album and in the film. Either a man called it The Prince of Tides, which is entirely unreasonable. Mention. This is really annoying. It's difficult to fold these up properly. I think I bought the CD of this as well. It's a little upgrade. Worth it just for trying to get over the difficulty of folding up this cover, because it was annoying. I have to fold out. It's really difficult to fold back properly, especially when you got one proper hand to do it with. Really annoying. Oof. Yeah. Stay with me. I just pause it so it's finished. Oh, I got that settled. Yes, I'm sure Jamboree fans can relate to something involving Prince of Tides to give you chocolate music. if Sharon's watching this, it's because John Barry was really supposed to score on Prince of Tides, but he said, "Screw this! I can't deal with this shit anymore." And he refused to work, and so he couldn't take working with Babs Streisand, obviously. Okay, so here you've got his music for the sequel to Female and This Lady. That's pleasant, score we did for the unwide and uncalled for follow-up, which got killed at the box office by Horner-Maurice, essentially. Seriously, right? It has some cringe, which usually for its cringe-worthy English stereotypes, and also we got some tunes here. Like, I think, let's see. Well, the first film didn't have a soundtrack album for some reason. This includes the lullaby from the first film. So despite being scored by Martha Hamlisch, the Female and the Baby didn't have a soundtrack album. So you get the it says here gets a bonus track from the first one. The lullaby, at least, then. You also get the rapping. It's like, please God, no. The female rap is track 4. So it has to do all the fizzy rewinding. So I'm about to get the CD version, so it's easier to skip. Speaking of songs, there's the Dora Delori start things off. There's a track called Dance by David Bearwald. I think that might be a vocal one. That may be an instrumental piece. And Boy Meets Girls Waiting for a Star to Fall. It being of 1980s, obviously. Otherwise, the rest of it is James Howard's scoring for the film, which is seriously more enjoyable than it was to sit through the film. There's on Hollywood Records. Obviously, since Hollywood Records being Disney's music subsidiary, that wasn't what Disney Records. I'm sure most of you wasn't knew that. And finally, for James Newton Howard, Waterworld. Music for the MCA cassette soundtrack for the film, which I didn't really mind. I just went to see the film and didn't mind it. They didn't hate it. That's right. Yeah, but yes, I did it the 2 CD expanded release of this, which is good stuff to listen to. Has to get a vocal cameo from Kevin Costner himself. Very cool. That's great browsing stuff. I think there are some people complaining about it in the pages of Film School Monthly, but I think most of us people are probably wishing that there were more scores like that for adventure films these days. Now for this. Oh, sorry. This a Sonic soundtrack album was absolutely terrible. Terrible, 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 terrible. Film directed by Timmy Jones. This is evidence that Howard the Duck is not the worst film Tim Robbins has been in. This is. Try to change my mind. Agonizing awful comedy. I like good comedy. I'm starting to come not that much to see that at all. Because due to involving Monty Python involvement, Terry James, the Sonic soundtrack album has been restored with the film with lots of dialogue clips. The side one is a music suite. So music suite takes up side one. Side two is dialogue. Yeah, thanks. If I was to read the film again, I'd actually see it again. Thanks so much. God, I almost proceed. So only side A is music and side B is dialogue. It's too bad because near is music, because one of the few things I actually liked at the movie. Okay, so moving on to Mike Isham with Fire in the Sky. It's a very sad band cassette release. I did an expansion of this, and I bought that, which is very welcome. This is the one I did through the European release, or licensed through Colosseum Michelle Platten. So it's alright. So it's more listenable than the average X-Files music. Fight me. And Mark Isham's music from Billy Bathgate. Milan did the soundtrack album, and it was incredibly tedious. I think it's on Disney Plus, so maybe I'm actually going to try to see if I'm going to like it a bit more, but I doubt it. Sorry. Excuse me for that. I like jazzy stuff. For period piece. One of Nicole Kidman's earliest American films. Okay, so now I've got what he did for Nell. It's on London Records. Jodie Foster used him to score her directorial debut, Miss Man Tate. I haven't got it in here, so it may be in the CD section, but I don't think so. Okay, so Mark Isham's music for the what is it produced her about as a press photographer, getting involved with the nasty side of town. It's a good enough score. It's good movie. I liked it a lot. Although I'm sure you can make a case for Jay Garcia's rejected music being a lot better. But then, it's just usually the case. On Quiz Show, which was released on Hollywood Records. Like the quiz show scandal on US TV. It's supposed to be early, but yes, it was still waiting for a film about the cupping scandal on Who Wants to Be a Millionaire, but I don't know if there's been a big screen film about that. It probably won't have any. I don't remember much about music for this. So that ends Marquishing. So moving on to Maurice Jarre with his music for one of Jennifer Beals' many unwise career decisions after Flashdance. This update of The Bride of Frankenstein, where she played the bride and Sting played the Doctor. Now the scores all very big and that's good. And you have Anders Martino, despite Emma Bernstein not being involved. I'm sorry if Shannon's watching, she should understand that attempt at here. Anyway, this is Jarre conducting the Royal Philharmonic Orchestra. I actually bought the German. I actually bought this on vinyl first, on the German vinyl release. So I got it down there somewhere. So when this band gave us a CD reissue, I bought it. I liked it. Okay, moving on to Maurice Jarre movies that are more better known. Oh. Dead Poet Society. I actually get music from The Year of Living Dangerously as well. Nice pairing. This the other Disney film with Robin Williams. The better known Disney film, obviously. Oh. See the standard packaging for now. Yes, really good. I don't have any information about the film. Let's get the French title, so it's sort of being the European release. Someone's European on. So despite being called Milan, they actually started originally in America before having a US label. Anyway, this is great stuff. And finally, I also have to thank Shannon for this one. Because I don't think that they had this in the Beta Circus shops. I don't think. So anyway, this is the Milan edition, because they released outside of the US. Complete with the Unchained Melody from the Righteous Brothers. And this is another one that had my name and their address in it. You see. Now this got expanded by Milan themselves, with some more tracks from Maurice Jarre's music. Otherwise, I suspect most people bought it for the Righteous Brothers music. I wonder if there'll probably be another expansion eventually. So they have done other Milan soundtrack albums, very splendid. I remember there was a I remember Ghost was actually one of the soundtrack albums that Mad Magazine used for a feature of warning labels that we need for albums. And one of the stickers was this and Brotherhood Prince of Thieves, which we'll get to eventually. Don't worry about that. From the sticker, this album only contains 30 minutes of available filler around that song you remember. I'm cheeky. But that ends this. That's the end of today's video. So thank you all for watching and enjoy the rest of the day. And if you're in the UK, I hope you find something to watch on TV or on streaming. And my thoughts to go out to everybody is watching Andrew McIntyre. It's very long indeed. Sorry. Okay, see you all later. See you tomorrow for the next one of this ongoing journey. So see you all later. Take care. Ta.